We've got one from Dastil, who said, got both FF lore books and love it. What is your favorite part about the lore? Also, the frustration is the problem. The frustration is the problem that causes toxicity, not you.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. Yeah. I think like some of those, people, they see negativity around WoW and they take it like a personal attack. They try to be really snide and weird and sort of whataboutismed, sort of purposefully missing the point.
Yeah.
I think they maybe don't understand that it's like, no, people are genuinely fucking frustrated. That's what it is. And a lot of people are, because that's the thing. If we were just speaking a whole bunch of shite, if we were just stirring the pot for no good reason, people would see that content and be like, the fuck off, mate. That's bullshit. People obviously quite broadly agree with us. So
yeah, I think
that's what it is.
People are angrier when they hear a truth they don't want to hear, when they're told a lie. And I think a lot of it is like, you can kind of technically extend this to even when you're being a dipshit, but the problem lies in the emotional reaction to what you're saying as opposed to what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's just when you're speaking the truth and their emotional reaction is a problem, it's a problem. Like there's
we've got from Dastil. No, wait, we still got, sorry.
Yeah, you just said
I'm really tired right now. I can barely string his heads together. Who said, I mean, the FF lore books.
Yeah.
I hear they are great, and I also hear they're great for, like, not being required. They're, like, genuinely, nice to have, but not needed, unlike some of the WoW stuff. As for what my favorite part of the lore is, I mean, honestly, I just think the whole A Realm Reborn thing is really cool in how they dealt with kind of remaking the game. So that's my answer. But that's because I'm only like level 31 or 32 or something. Yeah. And, I'm quite early on in my journey.
Yeah, there's... it's weird because the only thing the thing I like the most is actually stuff that's happened in... stuff that pertains to the very end of, like, Shadowbringers, the 5.3 stuff. And I think it's kind of... I'll say it in like, absolutely zero spoilers, but... It's the meta-narrative that they establish and draw in on around that time in 5.3 that I remember sitting back in my chair and going, holy shit. Holy shit. It's how they play with almost kind of similar to what Final Fantasy Origin is attempting to do in a way, where it has this... There is a current underlying it that is paying homage to the entirety of Final Fantasy and what the series has historically stood for and will stand for. And I think it's actually like you could almost feel the love dripping from the words that are written for the entire idea, for the entire series, and the kind of all the lore stuff surrounding that, and how everything abstract corresponds to a feeling in the players is so good, so good.
Well, it'll be fun when I get there.
Yep.
Similarly, actually, we got from Balthazar. Hello, I finished Stormblood. Is this going to replace the Friday stream? Felt disconnected in Stormblood, but Yotsu and...
Yotsu.
Oh, Yotsu and Alamigo was alright. I don't know what that means because I'm not in Stormblood yet. This is replacing the Friday stream. If you check the pinned message in the messages, then you will know why. So, yes. Stormblood. I hear that Stormblood, like, it's got some pacing issues versus Heavensward and Shadowbringers, so not surprised.
Yeah. I disagree with people who think Stormblood is worse than Heavensward, but I can see completely why you would think that.
Gotcha. That's I mean, I'm interested to, like, see that for myself and just, kind of experience, I guess, these two pretty different feeling ways of doing a story. Yeah. Dude Raccoon, 14 player for about a year now. Your vids in WoW compared to 14 made me give WoW a shot. Oh, wow. I can't seem to get interested at all. I like my Outlaw Rogue, but the content makes me tired and bored. I guess it depends on where you are with the content, because certainly if you're an FF player and you are used to leveling a character in the MSQ of, like, say, an FF expansion, right? Like, maybe you start or whatever. The WoW storytelling is not as good as the expansions, and you're not going to have as much fun in that way. Generally, the way that people enjoy WoW leveling is just kind of like leveling quickly and the kind of boom, 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 boom of the character going up. Yeah. I think with WoW, it's like, if you want to enjoy the leveling more, get add-ons like immersion, that are really useful for that.
Immersion will do like the fact that immersion isn't like rolled into the base game.
Yeah, kind of wild. Yeah,
disgusting. Like,
yeah. Now as for the content, I mean, it's kind of tricky. I guess like as a 14-player WoW would be quite like a whoa. Just like in WoW, you know, how gilded you really need to be to have a good experience.
Yeah,
versus the queued experience of FF14 being better than WoW's queued experience. The best I can say there about content is like it depends on your level, but ultimately you want to find a guild, and if you're doing dungeons, stuff like that, do it with people you intend to stick with.
Yeah,
because that's when the incentives are aligned and it's a good experience. Yeah, you know, as for the content making you tired and bored, it's not a thing like, you know, Rage does the opposite for me. It makes me engaged and excited.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, WoW raids are generally, you know, I think a bit less visually flashy than an FF raid, but like mechanically they do get quite deep and complex and are, in my view, extremely fun.
I can
peak video game content.
I can see, especially if you're doing something like M+, I can see how that general style of gameplay completely wouldn't mesh.
Yeah.
Because it's just so unbelievably different. Like the entire idea of the specifically controlling CC, all of the like tab targeting for the right interrupts, all that stuff's kind of weird for an FF player, where it's so much more focused on movement.
Yeah.
Which is not something that World of Warcraft is particularly heavy on. Which
means
FF's
that like way into its positions and stuff.
Which means that it can feel significantly more boring. And not even just positionals, I mean like literally raid mechanics. Where you can spend so much time in a WoW raid. Like if you don't get targeted by mechanics, you can stay still for so long. If you're in the right place.
Very true, very true. I sometimes forget that I'm a hunter and I generally enjoy, you know, like doing the trapping for the dogs, you know, Barghast and stuff. Yeah. But like sometimes if you're just like, hello, I am the turret. Then, you know, yeah, you can stand there for a while. But I mean, I love WoW raids. I imagine I'll really enjoy the FF ones as well. So I need to level that character up. Maybe when I get some forced downtime over the weekend, I'll be able to do that.